I've been using IQ option for the past 45 days, and now I'm ready to tell you my honest review. First, I'm gonna give you an overview of this broker. Then I'm going to log in my account to show you how everything works and how you can start trading. And lastly, I'm gonna tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about IQ option. Also, if at any point during this video you would like to try this broker, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. If you use that link to create your account, once you do your first deposit, you're gonna unlock this exclusive bonus. In fact, as you can see here, you're gonna have a bonus of up to 100%. So this means that if you deposit $50, you're gonna receive $50 more in your account. If you deposit $100, you're gonna receive $100 more, and so on. So if you're serious about trying IQ option, use that link to create your account and enjoy this bonus. And now, let's start with the review. So, I'm currently on the home page of IQ option, and the first thing that we can see are all the assets that we can trade. In fact, when it comes to Forex, we have 44 different pairs. If we look at stocks, we have more than 250. Crypto is more than 70, commodities 10, indices 16, and ETF 27. And what I really like about this is that for all these type of assets, the minimum deposit is just $10 and the minimum investment is only $1. So this means that by just doing the minimum deposit, we're gonna be able to place 10 different trades. Two more numbers about IQ option that I would like to point out are 604. In fact, as you can see from this Trustpilot page, IQ option was able to get more than 600 reviews with an average score of 4.0, which of course is something positive and a sign of a trustworthy brokers. In fact, as you can see here, during the years IQ option received multiple awards, like for example Best Trading Platform, Best Mobile Trading App, Best Trading Experience, and Most Innovative Trading Platform. Talking about trading platform, currently IQ option uses proprietary platform that is available on Windows, Mac, Android, and iOS. Not only that, after you register, you're also gonna get access to a free practice account with up to $10,000. Besides this demo account, IQ option also offers two different type of account. The standard account, which is the one that everybody gonna get access once they make their first deposit, and also a VIP account. When it comes to this specific account, you're gonna receive a lot of benefit, and some of them are, for example, a VIP badge, a 1.5 profitability multiplier, and also the access to expert strategies. To get access to this type of account, you only need to follow 3 steps. First step is create an account and make a VIP deposit. The best way to make sure that your deposit satisfies this criteria is to contact the customer support. In fact, based on your location, the amount of money that you're gonna need to deposit is going to vary. Once you make your deposit, you're also gonna need to meet at specific trading volume. And also in this case, I suggest that you ask the customer support what is the exact amount of trading that you need to do based on your specific situation. After you complete these 2 steps, you're gonna receive an invitation to join the VIP program, and after you accept it, you're going to officially become a VIP trader inside IQ option. The last thing I would like to talk about before I log in into my account are all the deposit and withdrawal methods that IQ option accept. So as you can see, when it comes to deposit method, currently IQ option accept Visa, Neteller, Wallet, Skrill, and MasterCard. And for all of these methods, the commission is 0% and the processing time is instant. So this means that your deposit is going to be instantly accredited inside your account. Now, when it comes to the withdrawal method, as you can see, the list is a lot longer. And the reason is because while certain withdrawal methods are the same for every country, like for example Neteller, Skrill, or your Visa and MasterCard, others are going to vary from country to country. So if you want to know exactly what are the withdrawals methods that IQ option support in your region, you're just gonna need to come to this page and the list is going to be updated accordingly. So, now that I give you an overview of IQ option, let me log in my account and let me show you how the backends look. So, I'm currently inside my IQ option account, and once you create your account, this is exactly what you're going to see. Remember that if you use the link in the video description, once you do your first deposit, you're also gonna get access to this incredible bonus. That being said, as you can see here at the center of the screen, we have the charts of the asset that we're currently seeing. When it comes to IQ option, there are 2 different assets that you can trade. You have the option divided by binary or digital, and you have margin. So when it comes to option, these are the easiest to understand and also the more beginner friendly. In fact, when it comes to this type of assets, what you have to do is simply predict if the price is going to go up or is going to go down. So let me give you an example. Right now we are looking at gold, and as you can see, the price is currently at this level. Here on the extreme right, we have a few options that allow us to trade this specific pair. So first of all, we can decide the amount that we want to trade, and here we can see the expiration, so basically when the trade is going to close. Like for example, we can pick this as 5 minutes, and as you can see the bar has moved, and so this means that once the price reaches this point, the trade is gonna close. Or if we want, we can pick 15 minutes, and as you can see the bar moved a bit forward, because in this case we have 15 minutes before the trade is closed. Here we can see the profitability, so basically how much money we are going to make, and here where there are these two bottom, higher and lower, they help us decide the direction of the trade. So if for example we think that in the next 15 minutes the price is gonna be higher than what it is right now, we just need to click higher. If instead we think that in the next 15 minutes the price is gonna be lower or what it is right now, we just gonna need to click lower. As I was telling you before, inside the option you can trade digital, like the one that I will show you right now, but you can also pick binary. In this specific case, let's say for example that we want to look at SUI. The main difference of this type of option is that if we come here on the expiration, as you can see, we have more options that we can pick from. We have multiple 1 minute interval, and then we also have 15 and 30 minutes. Let's say for example that I want to click on 30 minutes. As you can see, the bar has moved forward, and now I have more time for my trade to develop. In case you don't like to trade option, as I was telling you, you can also trade margin. This is basically more similar to the traditional trading. As you can see, you can trade forex, stocks, crypto, commodities, indices and ETF. Here currently says open in because while I'm recording this video the markets are closed, and so we cannot trade these assets. But if we come down here where it says crypto, this market is open 24/7 every day, and in fact all these assets are available to trade. Let's say for example that we want to trade Bitcoin, we just need to click on it, and as you can see the option that we have here on the left have changed, because in this case we're not predicting if the price is gonna go higher or lower, but we are actually opening a position. In fact, as you can see here, we can see the current price, and these two lines are basically the spreads that we have. Not only that, we can pick the quantity that we want to trade, and we can also set a take profit and a stop loss. And then with these two buttons we can open a buy order or a sell order. So as I was telling you before, this is more similar to a traditional broker when you open a position and is not closed based on a time frame, but is closed based on a price target. In fact, the take profit and stop loss allow you to create two positions where you basically say, when price reach this level, close the position in profit, or if price reach this other level, close the position to limit my losses. So going back to the main dashboard, as you can see here on the left, we have a few more buttons that help us personalize our charts. So for example, in this case, we can select the chart type that we want. There are people that prefer lines. In my case, I prefer candles, and so I like to keep the chart in this way. Then we can decide the time frame that we want to trade. In this case, every single candle represents 5 seconds, but let's say that I want to trade with a bit of a longer time frame. I can put 10 minutes, and now every candle that I see on the screen represents 10 minutes. Also, I have the option to add different graphical tools like lines, trend lines, horizontal lines. Then I can add different indicators. Here I have a list of the most popular. They are all divided based on the category and based on what they track. And finally, I have the option to change my time frame. This is basically the amount of charts that is being shown. In this case, I have the last hour, but as you can see, if I click on 1 day, the chart zoom out, and now I can see the price action of the last day. Here at the top, below the instrument that I'm currently watching, if I click on info, I can get access to a few more information. Like for example, I can see the 5-minute change, the 60-minute change. I can see what is the sentiments of the trader on the platform. In this case, they are 50% of the people are buyers, while 50% of the people are sellers. This is a really useful indicator, especially if you're not completely sure of the direction where you should trade, or you can also use it as an additional confirmation. So let's say for example that you're planning to go long, and so to buy, if you see that 80% of the traders on the platform are also buyers, this could be a sign of a confirmation. You can also have access to a few news related to these assets. This could help you determine how you should structure your next trade, and you can also have access to a few trading conditions. These are some information that are specific on IQ option and how they treat these assets on the platform. Now going back to the main dashboard, as you can see here at the top, you have the option to quick access to different assets. Like in this case, if I click here, as you can see, the chart immediately changed to Euro USD, and if I click on this plus, I'm able to select other assets. Let's say for example that I want to track Trump coin. Now as you can see, this coin is here in my quick access, and I can rapidly switch between all of them. Not only that, clicking here, I can also change my chart layout. In this case, all the screen is taken by a single asset, but let's say that I want to track two at the same time. I can click here where it says two charts, and now as you can see, the screen is divided, and on one side side I have Trump coin, on the other side I have Bitcoin, but if I want to change, for example, I could have one side Euro USD, one side Bitcoin. This is useful, especially if you are trading pairs that are correlated. So maybe if one go up, also the other goes up, or maybe there is an inverse correlation. So if one goes up, the other goes down, and having this layout, you can keep an eye on both of them. Let's go back to the main layout. If we go here on the extreme left, we can see that there is another menu with a few interesting options. So first of all, clicking on total portfolio, you have access to all your open positions. So you can have a look of all the assets that you are currently trading. Click instead of trading history, it shows us all the positions that you open and closed in the past. So you can basically have an overview of your trading history. If you click here where it says chat and support, as you can see, there are various different chats that you can join, and you also have the option to contact the support. And as I told you before, especially if you like to become a VIP trader, this is probably the first thing that you should do to check what are the conditions that you need to follow. Below it, we have the leaderboard that doesn't have a really specific function beside motivating you to become a better trader. In fact, if you look at it, you can see how much the best traders on the platform has profited. And in this case, the first one currently is Anthony, and it has profited more than $300,000. So as I was saying, this not only motivate you, but also show you that is actually possible. Below the leaderboard, we have the section related to promo. As I was telling you before, if you create an account using the link below, you're gonna get access to this specific promotion that is going to basically double whatever it is your first deposit. Below the promo section, we have the market analysis. Here you're gonna get access to the economic calendar, which is of course really useful because, as we all know, there are certain news that really influence the market, and so having access to all of them here in this intuitive dashboard is really useful. And beside the economic calendar, we also have a personalized news feed. In fact, as you can see here, we have a few news from different outlets that we can read and that are going to keep us updated on everything that is going on right now in the world. Below the market analysis, we have the tutorial section. I find this part of the menu really useful, especially if you're a beginner, because as you can see, you have access to more than 50 different videos that are going to show you how every single button inside the IQ option menu works. So if this is your first time trading, I suggest you immediately head out to this section so that you can learn as much as you can. Below it, if you click on these three dots more, we have three different more options that are tournaments, help, and alerts. Between these three, I think that the most useful and the one that in my opinion should also be more visible are the tournaments. In fact, as you can see here in this section, you're gonna have the option to join different tournaments where paying a small amount of money gonna give you access to win a really big prize pool. Like for example, these weekend trade tournaments, if we click on it, we can see that with just a $2 buy-in, we have the option to get access to a $1,500 prize pool. And more specifically, if we click on leaderboard, if we become the first one, we're gonna win $300. So if you don't have a lot of money to trade, but you think that you have the skill, you can join these tournaments and have the opportunity to win money prizes. Lastly, if you wanna get access to all the settings related to your IQ option account, you're just gonna need to come here and click on this arrow, and then come down here where it says settings. By clicking on it, as you can see, you're gonna get access to the settings of your account, where you're gonna be able to change things like, for example, the appearance of the charts. You can change the language of the interface, you can change your time zone, and you can also adjust settings related to your trading. Like for example, you can enable or disable the one-click confirmation when you open or close a trade. You can add keyword shortcuts, and you can decide if you want to activate or deactivate the various notifications. So now that I give you an overview of IQ option, I log in my account to show you how everything works, and now you can start trading on this broker. It's now time for me to tell you what in my opinion are all the pros and cons about this platform. So when it comes to the pros, the first one in my opinion is the low minimum deposit. In fact, as I show you, with just $10 you can start trading with IQ option, and since the minimum trade size is only $1, you're gonna be able to place 10 different trades. And this of course is a positive because it makes this platform accessible to basically everyone. The second pro, in my opinion, is the amount of assets that you can trade inside IQ option. In fact, if you put together all the assets, you can comfortably trade more than 300 different pairs, and not only that, you can decide if you want to trade using the binary feature, which as I told you is a bit more beginner friendly, or if you want to take a more traditional approach using the margin. The third pro of IQ option is definitely its intuitive interface. In fact, even if you are a complete beginner, in around 1 hour I think that you're gonna be able to understand how everything works inside this trading platform, and in case you need some help, not only you can contact the customer support, which is available 24/7, but you're also gonna get access to more than 50 different video tutorials that are gonna show you how everything works in the minimum details. The fourth and last pro about IQ option are the different tournaments that are available. In fact, even if this function is a bit hidden and you need to know that it's there to find it, once you get access to this type of tournament with just a small amount of money, like for example $2 or $5, you're gonna be able to take part in this competition and win up to $300, which of course is a huge positive, especially if you don't have a big budget that you can dedicate to trading. Now, let's talk about the cons of IQ option. So, personally, during my review, I only found one cons when it comes to this broker, and it's the fact that cryptocurrency are not allowed. In fact, as I show you, when it comes to deposit and withdraw method, no matter where you are located, you are not able to deposit money with cryptocurrency or withdraw money with cryptocurrency. And in my opinion, this is a con because this type of payment method is really popular and there are a lot of people that prefer it because, especially when it comes to withdrawals, this type of payment system is faster than traditional ones. So I hope that in the future IQ option is going to implement this feature. So there you have it, this was my review of IQ option. As I told at the beginning, if you also would like to try this broker, you can do so by clicking the first link in the video description. If you use that link to create your account, when you're gonna do your first deposit, you're gonna get access to this exclusive 100% welcome bonus. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and until next time, happy trades!